Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Shorty SX and welcome to QuickScope Tips Episode 2, where we'll be discussing what sensitivity is best to use for sniping, quickscoping, or just in general. So to start with, let me just say that your sensitivity setting is what affects your raw aiming the most. It is the most individual setting as well. It completely depends on who's playing, how good their aim is, and what they're trying to achieve. So in other words, there's no overall best sensitivity. You have to figure out what your strengths as a player are, take the most appropriate one, and deal with it. While anyone can get used to playing at any sensitivity, you have to find the right one for you to actually realize your true potential. So today I'll give you the benefits and downsides to using different sensitivities, some common mistakes, but more importantly, I'll try and help you find the sensitivity that's best and right for you. Plus, well, if you stick around till the end, I'll even tell you why I doubt I'll ever decrease my sensitivity from its current 20 setting. But that's okay. As a last note, if this video helps you and you find it entertaining, please consider leaving a like, a favorite, or, well, especially a comment. YouTube can be a very one-way performance, which is why I read all my comments with great joy, well, and a few facepalms. But moving on. So, in my experience, players can make one of two mistakes when it comes to their sensitivity. The first mistake is when you simply take a sensitivity because someone else is using it, or because it's considered more pro. In reality, there are plenty of good players who use completely different sensitivities, and you shouldn't pick one just because your favorite player is using it. The second mistake is that players will often think they're actually using the right sensitivity because they haven't given the others enough of a chance. Getting used to a new sensitivity takes time. It will always mess up your aim in the short run, and the idea is to definitively get past that, and only then make up your mind. So let's talk about ghosts. In ghosts, the sensitivities range from 1 to 20. While this is a brand new scale, most of the previous Call of Duties, except for Black Ops 2, use the 1 to 10 scale. So if you've played any of those CODs with a 1 to 10 scale, then you only want to multiply your old sensitivity by 2, and you have your ghost setting. But before we go any further, it's important to fully understand how a controller's sensitivity works. Now, unlike a PC mouse and PC gamers who tend to use very little or no acceleration, a controller works on the exact opposite principle. It uses massive amounts of acceleration. Acceleration basically works by changing the speed of your sensitivity, low when you're barely tilting the analog stick, and exponentially higher as you tilt it more. So the massive amounts of acceleration allow you to move your aim a pixel at a time, and then speed up to, well, an unrecognizable blur because you're spinning that fast. That was 20 sensitivity. What this means is that even on the highest sensitivity, you can still aim very precisely if you only barely tilt the analog stick. It also means that on the lowest sensitivity, you won't be completely motionless either. So the trade-off becomes between precision and reaction speed. Since it's never one or the other, you have to find the right balance for you. Now, here I'm showing you a little drill. I'll do a 360 to show the speed, and then I'll slowly trace the hot dog with the tip of my sniper to show precision. In the interest of balance, I'll show you the sensitivities of 20, the fastest, 10 in the middle, and 1, the slowest. This is good practice you can try yourself, because you can easily see how comfortable you are with the high speeds and the low speeds of a specific sensitivity. Basically, if you go with a high sensitivity, your shots can be potentially faster because you're simply able to turn faster. Notice that a clip like this would not be possible on a low sensitivity. On the other hand, if you go with a lower sensitivity, you won't be able to turn as fast, but you have more control in your precision. This can mean better accuracy. Now, one of the main arguments in favor of high sensitivity is the idea that you can train yourself to be more accurate, but you can't train yourself to turn any faster. This is true in a way, and actually one of the reasons I play on the highest sensitivity, but it's also a little bit misleading. If you go with a slower sensitivity, the way you make up for the slower reaction potential is by improving your awareness and being ready for where the enemies are coming from. Now, many pro MLG players play on lower sensitivities, which gives them excellent control of their accuracy and still doesn't cause them to die from lack of speed too often. So, how do you know which one is best for you? The simplest and best answer is try them all out sufficiently, and then decide. Still, to help you along, I've prepared a few questions that you can just answer for yourself, such as, do you run head into battle, or do you position yourself overlooking side lanes? If you're rushing and facing enemies from all directions, like, say, me in free-for-all, then higher sensitivity will help you fend off from all angles. If you're running with a team and you have a general sense of where the enemies are and less likely to get jumped from behind, well, then a lower sensitivity might give you better accuracy. Another question you might want to think about is how do you rate your own feel with the analog stick? To be accurate with a high sensitivity, you have a very small margin for error, so it mostly comes down to how well you can develop a feel for very subtle movements with the analog stick. This is not to imply that a lower sensitivity requires less feel, but if you find yourself making a lot of aiming mistakes at your current sensitivity, keep in mind that higher sensitivity will only make those mistakes harder to recover from. Now for the final factor in your decision, the ADS sensitivity. This is the sensitivity when you're aiming down your sights or looking through your scope. Notice that the ADS sensitivity is always much slower than your normal or hip-fire sensitivity. As much as I wish Call of Duty would simply allow us to set the zoomed in setting separately from the normal sensitivity, unless Mark Rubin happens to see this while trying to learn how to quickscope, it's most likely not going to happen. Since most of you are probably here with sniping in mind, you should definitely look at the zoomed in sensitivity you get with each sensitivity value and make sure you're also happy with it. Keep in mind that you need to be good and used to both normal and ADS sensitivities to do well, especially with a sniper. Now, this is also the reason why I don't see myself lowering my sensitivity from 20 anytime soon. As you can see, even on 20, the ADS sensitivity can be quite slow at times, especially if you're trying to track a target that's close to you. Since the ADS sensitivity kicks in before you finally bring your sniper up, it also affects quickscopes and how fast you turn at the last part right before you completely zoomed in and ready to take your shot. So with all of this in mind, I once again say, just try them out. Think about your playstyle, think about what you want, and test out the different sensitivities. Give yourselves between, 15 games and a week or two before you move on. If you're thinking about a drastic change, then do it in steps of 1 to 3 sensitivity points at a time. Anyway, that's enough for today. I'm sure you guys got the idea. Go on, try different sensitivities, figure out which one works for you, and play with it. Now, don't be afraid to change, and always look to get better. So, thanks for watching guys, I hope this video helped you out, and well, I'll catch you next time. Peace.